Has it ever crossed your mind what exactly is wealth, or how some of the wealthiest people in the world have obtained it? In today's video, we will explain what is wealth and the different sources and documentation you will need to be aware of if you are performing source of wealth checks. Hello and welcome to another KYC Lookup video where we bring you AML related content to help you enhance your knowledge in the fight against money laundering. Before diving into today's video, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. Oh, and don't forget to leave us a comment with any suggested topics you would like us to cover in the future. Okay, so let's dive right in. What is wealth? By text definition, wealth is measured by the value of your assets, such as your business, cash, houses, paintings, money in the bank, value of shares and bonds, for example. However, in reality, wealth could be a number of different things. For most of us, when we think of wealth, we think of money, or simply being rich. But that's not always the case. Picture this. A woman called Susan lives in a big house with multiple cars in her garage and has a big luxury boat which she enjoys during the summer. Molly, next door, has a modest-sized house, drives a car that is a few years old, and has a small paddle boat which she too enjoys during the summer. Now looking at the two, which would you say has more wealth? Susan, right? Well, let's take a closer look. Susan took out a hefty mortgage to afford her house and pays a lot of interest on the loans for her cars and boat, while at the same time has high monthly expenses to keep her lifestyle. However, Molly saved and bought her house cash, didn't need a loan for her car and could afford her paddle boat. All in all, even though Susan may seem like she has more wealth, as she looks rich, it is in fact Molly who's better off as her debt compared to her assets are zero. This is just a simple example of the difference between wealth and being rich. Now let's take a look at what is source of wealth. Source of wealth in its definition is where or how the customer acquired the funds. For example, activities which have generated or contributed to a customer's accumulation of funds and assets. Source of wealth is generally a question that will be asked when you're applying for a mortgage, if you're applying for a loan, or if you are opening a trading account with a financial institution. Types of source of wealth could be savings from salary, bonus from a well-paid job, sales of shares or other investments, liquidation of investment portfolio, sale of a property, inheritance, company sale, a gift from a family member or close relative, winning the lottery, or from a divorce settlement. Source of wealth therefore describes how a person or customer acquired their total wealth over time, or in other words, the sources through which the wealth was generated. What documents do you need to prove the source of wealth? In order to gather information to identify or verify how the wealth was acquired, it is normally advised to use information available in the public domain or by requesting it from the individual or customer being onboarded directly. Acceptable sources to confirm source of wealth could be proof of property sale, records of external investment, commercial loan agreement letter, audited financial statements, bank statements, written confirmation from a qualified accountant or lawyer, individual's certified biography, grant of probate, or copy of will. Once you have established the source of wealth, you will then need to consider what further work is needed to verify that information. Adequate measures to verify the source of wealth of an individual client will vary according to the risk associated with that client. By identifying the source of wealth, we are looking to establish that the funds are not coming from the proceeds of crime or any other illegal activity. Over the years, governments from around the world have looked to crack down on toxic money entering the financial system by introducing stricter anti-money laundering rules and regulations. The introduction of tougher rules has meant the days of walking into a bank with a suitcase full of cash to open an account with no explanation of how the funds were obtained is something of the past, which can only be relived in Hollywood movies. Well, there you have it. What is wealth? the sources of wealth, and the documentation used to establish it. Please tell us in the comments section what wealth means to you, or what other sources you normally use to establish the source of wealth. Thank you for watching the video, and if you made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe to watch more amazing videos.